All right, I corrected that, and my apologies to the Retro Bros for that. For those of you just joining us, I went live on the wrong channel. I'm on my channel. I'm on Crazy Joe Concession Stand, but I accidentally clicked the wrong link. I don't know. I think we fixed it now. But anyway, to those of you just joining us, welcome. And we were just taking a look at the Superman costume, these images from the Superman costume that have come out. And it looks pretty good. I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. Mr. Terrific looks great. Yeah. And the S on the back. All right. It looks good, man. It looks good. By the way, if anyone from Team MME with access would like to come in, please do so. Please come in. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is with us. Hello, Daniel. CJH is with us. Good to see you, CJH. And just a reminder, you guys, because obviously I think I went live on the MME channel. Please give a subscription, give a sub to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. If you come over to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand, subscribe to us there, because I'm not going to be simul streaming on MME forever. So if you want to be there when I go live, please come over. Give us a sub at Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. So there we have it, the Superman costume. I'm happy. This looks really good. I wish we could do away with all this piping and bumpiness, but that just seems to be the thing they want to do now with all superhero costumes. I think it feels like the first I think this started with Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It seems like ever since Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, we've just gone with bumpy, textured costumes, and I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, but other than that, the look is pretty spot on. That's what I want from a Superman costume. I could have done without the red trunks. I kind of felt like maybe the red trunks we've had enough of those, but I don't know. The red trunks, you can't win. You can't win. If you don't have the red trunks, people complain. People complain, he needs the red trunks. Then you take away the red trunks, people complain. You get the complainers that want them if you take them away. And if you put them there, you get the people who complain that they're there. Like, we shouldn't have trunks anymore. So either way, you can't win because someone's going to be annoyed either way. But it is what it is. All right, so that's I put the link out there, like I said, to a couple of people. I was hoping a couple of people could maybe join us. I sent Noah the link. I sent our friend Kyle the link, and I sent the link to Perp, and obviously all of Team MME. If you have access, come on in. You're welcome to do so. Dante's here. Good to see you, Dante. Hi, Joe. How was Inside Out 2? What's your favorite scene on Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue? And do you own a VHS copy of it? I do not own a VHS copy of it. I don't even have a VHS player anymore. I'm selling my VHS player to Max. Max is in the process of buying it. In fact, he's supposed to take ownership of it this weekend when he's here. So I've been meaning to get a new one because my DVD player, or excuse me, my VHS player was also a Blu-ray player. It was a Blu-ray VHS combo, and I found out it was kind of valuable. So I sold it to Max. I was going to put it on eBay, and it turns out he wanted it. So I sold it to him, and now I don't have a VHS player. I got to get a single VHS player. It's not connected to a Blu-ray player. So one of these days I'll have to do that. I liked Inside Out 2. I keep saying In and Out. In and Out was the movie with Kevin Kline. But did you see it, Dante? What did you think? Because and maybe you've given us our segue, because that was one of the things we were going to talk about tonight. Inside Out 2 is doing quite well at the box office. Somebody's here. Who's here? Little Movie Perp.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, my good man?
I'm good. How are you?
My good dinosaur.
I didn't know last time as well we were streaming from MME, so we're streaming to the MME crew. Hello.
Hey, yes. I'm trying to, because I'm not going to be on Team MME past November.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep coming on here and telling everyone, be sure to come over to Crazy Joe's concession stand and sub there, because otherwise, come November, you're gonna be like, what happened to Crazy Joe? And you're not gonna know, because you didn't.
What do you know, Crazy Joe?
Yes. Oh, look, we got Samiri here, who's loving the costume. Did you see the costume? Did you see this costume, my man?
Oh yeah, I saw this piece of. It was awesome. Yeah, no, I dug it. I was the one thing that got me the most excited about this costume. I'm not gonna lie. Is the back. I love the cape. I love the way the collar looks. Man, I could imagine just shots of just following Superman. The camera's tracking behind him. It's gonna look epic. Everything he looks at, we're gonna have a shot of that fucking cape. Sorry for cursing, by the way.
No, it's all right. I keep saying this shot here. It doesn't look so good here because it's a little wrinkly. It doesn't look like it fits properly, but this is a behind the scenes shot. They're gonna, they know how to shoot this thing. Like if they got if it's at a bad angle and it's not fitting right, they're not going to use that shot. They're gonna say we got to do that again.
I have an even easier one. What if they just CGI all? Like I even thought, like, what if this was done for practicality and comfort for the actor, and because they were going to CGI all the wrinkles and anything like that out, and they were going to make it more form fitting. But then I thought, I was like, they didn't do the poster like that, so never mind. But it's still a possibility for if anything looks, too much. I'm going to see the take either way. So I dig it.
And Mr. Terrific, that's the thing. Like, we're so excited about Superman. Mr. Terrific's there too, and his costume is absolutely picture perfect. Like that's exactly what Mr. Terrific wears in the comics. It's so accurate.
I like the mask.
Yeah. I don't know. My excitement level just bumped up a little, and I was already excited for this movie.
It's definitely going to be stylized, and I'm going to assume colorful. And one of the things I said in my stream, it's like, it's not just, I think James Gunn has learned about what's working and what's not. And one of the things that's working, one of the things that even hit something like Aquaman is like, well, how did Aquaman made $1 billion? How did that happen? I think it was introducing a new world. And it's like people were really excited, not just for Aquaman, but to see Atlantis. And I think what James Gunn is going to do is like, he's going to make Metropolis really pop. It's going to be something kind of interesting, maybe retro, Art Deco-ish, a mix, but I'm seeing it even in line with the costume style. I think this thing is going to be visually absolutely scrumptious. I could already see it based on what he did with the Guardians movie and how much texture and color there. It's just, I can't wait to see the first trailer. I'm probably going to cry.
Yeah, I don't understand. I know it's everybody has an agenda. It's all about an agenda. It's not about what's real or what's actually happening. But I don't understand how people could not be excited about James Gunn doing this, because if you look what he did with characters as obscure as the Guardians of the Galaxy and Peacemaker, he took the most obscure characters around, made us care about them. Now you're giving him the biggest hero of them all.
Yeah, there's a little more to that. There's a little more to that. That man wrote and produced an essential horror fan fiction. Like, that's how much of a fan he is. Like, he has so many ideas cooked up that he essentially had like a freaking horror version of it. That's how much he loves Superman. I think that's a true fan in many ways, where it's like he's even conjuring up horror versions, and he's putting money into it. He's putting his money where his mouth is. That's how much of a fan he is.
That's the sequel. That's the sequel, Superman versus Brightburn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd pay to see that.
So. I'll see a sequel to Brightburn in general. Kind of ended kind of abrupt for me, but I dug the concept a lot. Wish it was utilized better, and that's what sequels are for.
Smeary is asking. Samiri, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But
Samir?
Is that it, Samir?
I'm assuming.
Okay, I
That's what I got.
apologize.
Samir.
But Samir says, was Lex in costume? I don't know. If so, I haven't seen an image of it. No. But Dante had asked about Inside Out 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have Inside Out 2 on my to discuss list. I don't know if I can bring this up here. Inside Out 2 is doing exceedingly well. It all this talk about the box office or movie theaters dead, and then we get something like this. It's the number one movie of 2024. And it's they said it's beating Barbie in its second weekend.
Wow.
It cleared 100 million. This movie's, I've seen the movie. I think it's did you see it?
No, not interested, but I'm super happy. I'm glad I don't have to go to the theater to support a movie, because I've been doing that a lot for like movies that I was like, I'd wait digitally, because why not go to the theaters? They're doing bad. This is not one. I never saw the first one. I heard it's great. I'm sure I'll love it if I ever happen to see it. I'm just not going out of my way to see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love the first one. The first one
Sure.
may be my favorite. Well, no, actually, my favorite Pixar movie is and now I'm blanking on the name. The one that came out right before the pandemic, like the weekend of the
and it's your favorite, and you don't even know the name? Moana?
No, the Moana's not Pixar.
No,
it's the fantasy one where Chris Pratt was in it.
Chris Pratt.
I'm drawing a blank on the name.
It's the one with the orc boy.
Yeah. It was Spider-Man and Peter Quill, Tom Holland, and Overboard. No, not Overboard. That's not the title.
Like a happily ever after type. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name either. Wow, the name completely escapes me.
Yeah, it completely escapes me
Dude,
too.
I haven't been into.
I love it so much too.
I haven't been into a Pixar movie since WALL-E. 2008 was the last time I saw a Pixar movie.
Onward. Yes, that movie really touched me, man. It really. I had a real.
Can you remember the name if that's true, Joe?
No, apparently not. So
there's this other movie about a boy and an alien. I can't remember the name, and the alien dies, and the boy is crying, and then they get in their bikes and they fly.
Mac and Me.
Beautiful. Yeah, that one. Yeah, McDonald's. I was about to say the McDonald's dance. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I Onward's my favorite, but Inside Out might be my second favorite Pixar movie. I got one issue with Inside Out 2. My only issue with Inside Out 2 is I feel like Joy, and you haven't seen the first one, but I feel like the lessons she learned in the first one, it's like she forgot them by the beginning. It's like, geez, there's like no character development. It's like
Have you seen a Michael Bay sequel?
I have, unfortunately. Saw Transformers 2.
The lessons learned.
Anthony says kids movies always do well. Sadly, that wasn't the case last year for Disney. Because and the reason is pretty obvious. It's because
where were you during Buzz Lightyear or whatever?
Yeah, and it's because Chapek had trained the audiences to stay home. He was like, he put 3 consecutive Pixar movies direct to television.
Don't crowbar your agenda into this.
Whose agenda?
Yours.
But you know it's true.
I do.
Isaac's here. Good to see you, Isaac. Good to see you, Zeke. Zeke says,
Zeke.
leave a like. Leave a like, please, on both channels if you can. MME and Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. If you're not subscribed, Crazy Joe's. I'm starting to see, because I went live on the wrong channel.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain, because Perp, you'll understand. You know, when we're setting up the stream, you got the little icons and you click the ones you want to go live on.
Yeah.
two icons, not one, but two icons have a picture of Max up there.
Mm-hmm.
One, he's wearing a Vader helmet. One, he's wearing a Ghost Rider mask.
Damn.
The Ghost Rider is the Retro Bros channel. I clicked that by mistake because
No.
I saw Max and I'm like, oh, there's Max. And then I realized I'm like, oh wait, I'm on the wrong channel.
Oh,
So I
Joe.
fixed it. But then the people started showing up. So it told me right off the bat, it's like, well, nobody's watching this on Crazy Joe's concession stand because everybody showed up as soon as I went live on Max.
So leave a like.
Yeah,
Is the moral of the story is what I'm hearing here.
Moral of the
Please,
story is
leave a like.
They have to subscribe to Crazy Joe's concessions.
What other news is there besides the amazing costume reveals, the amazing hold on Inside Out 2? Almost, I heard it's historic for any major blockbuster in its second weekend.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I keep hearing people. There's two extremes. We got the people who are like, the box office is dead. The box office is dead. It's not coming back. It's over. It's streaming now. You shut down those theaters. You got that extreme. And then you got the other extreme that goes, you see Inside Out 2. That proves it. The theaters are doing just fine. And I think the answer is actually in the middle. This proves that people do have an interest in going to the theater. But the fact continues like last year. If we can name all the hits on one hand, because last year I kept saying this and people go, what are you talking about? Barbenheimer, Mario. And it's like, no, the fact that you can go Barbenheimer, Mario tells me there's a problem because you shouldn't be able to name all the hits on like one hand. Mm-hmm. So I think this is a good sign that the box office can be saved. There is interest, but people are not going every week. So there still is a problem.
I knew there was. I mean, I've been saying for a while there was going to be a lag in, quote unquote quality and the amount, even because of these strikes and COVID. There's going to be a bit of a takeaway, and I think people are taking advantage of that. But I've been saying that for like months, and it's like it's going to happen for the next year and a half. We're going to be feeling the effects. There's going to be like a vibe of like everything's down. Yeah, movies aren't quite there. Some of them are hitting just fine. I'm just people just like forget, like, all that stuff happened and the repercussions are going to be coming in.
Figure Drawing says, but I thought Disney was already dead and buried and necroed and then sold and then unwokeified and then taken over by Republicans.
Figure, you're going to go nuts when you hear about the ratings in Acolyte. Okay. If we're talking about what's dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
In terms of what people are saying is dead. Sorry, but if you look at the Acolyte ratings, apparently they're really good.
Oh man, I got to tell you, one of our viewers who watched the stream you and I did with Noah last week, was messaging me nonstop on Instagram. It was just a barrage of messages, all to like prove that the Acolyte is garbage. Like,
I'm gonna come out. I literally did a dissertation today in my stream on why the Acolyte works, and it's at the very least a serviceable story, and that this is all just from it also tells me straight up gaslighting.
It also tells me that you're really insecure in your opinion if you feel the need to like convert people. Like, he was so upset that we liked the Acolyte, or that we said the Acolyte was good, that he kept and I'm talking, it was hours upon hours on Saturday. These messages just kept coming. Why
do everyone else get the crazies but me? I swear to God.
I don't know if you.
I could have had him on today. I did a whole dissertation. I have a whole thing planned out.
Let me tell you.
The whole, how can 180 million look like this? And I had a whole thing planned out.
But you're gonna love what his evidence is, because he kept sending me evidence that it was garbage. Do you know what his evidence was?
Oh, please.
He sent me a link. He sent me a link to. I don't think I do, but he sent me a link to a Ryan Cannell video, and I'm like, oh, Ryan Cannell.
How is that evidence?
I don't know. He's like,
that's evidence you're a moron.
Yeah, and I had someone named Snarky J.
Oh no,
who I've seen before.
Okay, we got to be very careful who you let on now. Okay,
why is that?
RJ's there, and that man has been on a tear lately. Let me just tell you, he's been on a tear. Be careful.
Well,
Might
the
not even
thing-
be him.
Well, the thing is, this guy just sending me these videos, and I go, I know who these people are. These people are known trolls. These people are known chuds. Like, you sending me a link to an idiot's video doesn't prove your point. It just proves you're listening to idiots. They're like, they just say
How's
say
that
you're.
evidence? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. Evidence is someone else saying stuff. Like,
I
it's like,
know.
no, I mean, in theory, true, but in terms of subjective, like looking at a story's bad, here's someone else telling you that. It's like, at least just take his arguments. But the guy, you know what it is? That he couldn't find the arguments. He watched the videos, like, I actually can't find the arguments here that I could copy and paste. Here's the whole fucking video. Like, that's what
Yeah.
happened. He couldn't find the arguments who knows the evidence. Jesus Christ.
It was ridiculous. And he kept going. He kept saying things like, Disney is grooming children, and I wrote, how are they grooming children? Oh, they got gay people on there. And
Joe,
I'm
you
like,
do it to yourself, man. I learned to cut that part off. I just like, let me talk about movies, bro. Let me talk about freaking Star Wars.
well,
shows.
this wasn't even like on a
And
video.
let's talk about shows where guys and girls just punch each other. Like
this was
like,
on,
what
this
are you
was on
doing?
Instagram though. Like, I'm getting these messages off air. Like, I'm trying to go about my day, and I'm just getting flooded with these messages. I'm like, oh my god, what is wrong with you, dude?
That's funny.
It was actually another.
I would try to make content out of that. I'd get them on stream. It's like, all right, let's have this discussion. Let's go.
Well, I don't know. Movie Edge, if you're watching, he's got a YouTube channel. Movie Edge.
Movie Edge. Oh,
you know Movie Edge?
No.
You know? Okay. Well, Movie Edge, if you're watching.
Hey, if you have that name, you could talk to little movie perp, all right? I'm sure we like the same movies if you like edgy movies.
There you go,
Edge. I edge with my movies too, sir.
Yeah. Anthony's here. Good to see you, Anthony.
Hey,
RJ wants to know if he could stop by. I don't know. Perp's saying you can't. I don't
freaking knew it. Let's see what he's got cooked up. Let's see if he's worked. Let's see if he has a little more nuance when he's trying.
RJ, come on in. You know, you can come in. You're on. The
I don't have a link. I can't send out a link. Joe,
he doesn't need a link. He's on Team MME. He could just.
And he's asking, dude. He's starting trouble. Look at how he asked. If he could get in here, the fact that he's asking is like, all right, liability's on you. I asked. It's like a vampire. He was asked to be let in. Let's see what he's got.
And Anthony says we're talking about the Accolade again, Joy. But you see, here's the thing.
It's what you get.
I think we're talking about the Accolade again because people won't let it die. It's like if you don't like it,
then
you don't need to keep.
Yeah, well, no one ever really dies, especially Star Wars.
I just want to ask and make sure because you never know. Maybe you guys are having a serious show.
What is? I hate you, RJ. Okay, what is it?
I just wanted to stop by and say hi.
Well, hello.
Hello. Now what? Now what do we do?
Well, I wanted to ask Crazy Joe a question.
I knew it.
All right, what's the question?
Ask you. Yeah, my question is: are you a man or are you a Muppet?
Well, if I'm a man, I'm a Muppet of a man.
Hell
and if
yeah!
I'm a Muppet, I'm a very manly Muppet.
Hell yeah! Let's go.
I do love that song. Let's see. Anthony says Fright Night. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I do love Fright Night.
Has my favorite 80s dance club sequence in the 80s is in Fright Night.
Well, that's Fright Night 2, right?
No, the first one. Remember when she's dancing with the vampire?
Oh, who? Marcy from Marcy from
yeah, and then she doesn't see him in the mirror. And the music
I forgot about that. Yeah, the second one has like a nightclub scene too, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. There's plenty of nightclub scene in 80s movies, Joe. Don't trust me, but I'm saying Fright Night specifically is my personal favorite one.
Well, since I'm here, I have to ask Joe another question.
It seems like Figure Drawing has a question, and he wrote it down before you even came in here. So wait your turn, RJ.
Where was Finger Drawing's? Oh, here we go. Question for the panel. What do you think the budget was for Godzilla -1?
It was clearly more than any Hollywood production, and anyone that knows anything about movies knows
that was like 18 million.
18 million -1.
I'm trying to trigger Figure Drawing. Stop. -1. Yeah, that was good.
That's where it got its title.
Okay, now you could ask your, I'm sure not going to stir the pot question.
No, I just wanted to ask Joe. It is the topic of the day. I just wanted to know what Joe thought of the Superman set photos today.
Oh, we were just looking at them.
I missed it. Oh,
Yeah, where were you, RJ?
Let's see.
Great. Now we get to look at this again. I'd rather talk the Acolyte. I don't care if Cheeseman leaves.
You love the Acolyte, man.
Superman's
Dude, I love this is the I don't know what it is. I'm hooked on it now. I literally became a simp. Like now I like defending it, and I just think it's okay.
Yeah, I will say the Mr. Terrific jacket is great. The jacket I think looks. I mean, I didn't mind the Mr. Terrific we got in the CW. He looked okay, but this jacket is a huge improvement.
Show the kicks.
Show the what?
The kicks, the feet. Let me see the shoes he's wearing. I think I see him in the umbrella picture underneath.
Do we have an image of the shoes?
The one in the umbrellas. Let me see. Is he there? Yeah, they're red-ish.
Yeah, he's got red boots.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that was Mr. Terrific because he had the umbrella in front of him.
Mm-hmm. The cape and collar look fantastic. I love it. It's my favorite Superman cape on film to date.
Yeah, I think the cape seems to be universally liked. Some people are mixed about the trunks, which I kind of figured was going to happen. But I if you're going to do trunks, I mean, this is probably a good way to do the trunks. They look fine to me. So
yeah, I'm excited. I just wish the costume was a little smoother. I'm tired of like all these lines and bumps on all the costumes, but that they all do it now. I don't know why they all have to be bumpy and stuff.
I think it's to try and distinguish it. I mean, you have to think about merchandising and copywriting and other stuff. Like there's
you know what
behind it.
This is gonna look great as a toy.
Yeah, the toys will be great for sure.
The toy for this is gonna be great.
I mean, imagine this is
pretty
like
simple.
imagine this is like a McFarlane figure.
This is gonna be easy to mass produce too.
Speaking of McFarlane figures, is anybody else buying the new Superpowers figures?
No, I see them in the stores all the time. I only have like a couple.
Oh no, Zeno, don't go away.
I am such a sucker for those Superpowers. I got like all of them. I haven't been buying the modern ones because in my mind, like if you're doing Superpowers, they should be looking like the characters looked in the 80s. So the Batman who laughs, like I don't know why he's in that line. Like you're doing an 80s throwback line, but you have a character from like a couple of years ago. That one doesn't make sense to me. But I've been buying all the classic characters though. Like
you're not gonna get the Batman that laughs just because he doesn't belong with that line.
Yeah, I don't think he works.
But how do you like the character otherwise?
Yeah, he's alright. I don't know.
Okay. No, that's interesting. No, I like the character. Well, I've only read one thing with him, but I liked it.
So Zeno hates us apparently. Zeno doesn't like us. I don't know.
Zeno, come on, man. We try really, really hard, man, and just for you. Come on, dude. I think you'll like us, man. I think if you get on here and you talk to me, I think you'll really like me. I think so.
So since you mentioned merchandising where the real money from the movie is made, what do you guys think of Spaceballs 2 or whatever it ends up being called?
If it's not called The Search for More Money, they can keep it.
Well, in the 80s, the title was going to be Spaceballs 2 or Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2.
I already hate that more than anything in my life.
You do?
No, I hate some stuff in my life way more. You're right.
It's a dated reference, though. Like, I mean, The Search for Spock is a 40-year-old movie. Like,
it is, but I'm just saying, like, it sets it up perfectly. He literally said, "Well, when we make Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money." Like, come on, like you gotta keep that going. You know, you gotta do it.
The thing, I'm
who's doing
worried.
this?
It's being written by Josh Gad.
It's directed by
the guy who did Strays, the talking dog movie.
Oh, okay.
So,
and where's this streaming at?
It's gonna be a theatrical movie.
Okay.
It seems.
I don't know. I'm worried because they did a Hulu series called History of the World Part 2, and it's terrible.
CGH wants the link. Can you give it to him? As long as things stay calm. Well, as long as RJ doesn't fucking start shit, I think I'll be cool.
I don't start anything.
Okay. Well, then apparently, then CGH could get on here and you'll be cool.
All right. Yeah, hang on. I'm not prepared to send the link. I have to do that. Yeah, the thing that I think I do like about it is that it's being written by Josh Gad, and he, as far as I know, has a pretty good relationship with Rick Moranis, because Rick Moranis was going to do a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sequel with him. So I'm thinking maybe we can get Dark Helmet back.
Maybe. I mean,
You think we're gonna get Rick Moranis back for Spaceballs 2?
He was going to come back for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 4.
and that got canceled or something happened to that? I don't
Well,
know.
well, Degrassi says
well,
it's still
what
happening.
happened with Ghostbusters, bro? That guy needs to be the lead. If
Well,
he's
they asked
thinking
him
of
to
making a
come back.
return
Hold
for
on.
anything,
They asked
what the
him-
hell?
They
Yeah, they
him
asked him. He didn't
come
want to
back.
do
Where's
those.
Lois
Ghostbusters.
Kelly, bro? No, I'm standing up. I'm actually upset. I thought he retired. No.
No, he said no to Ghostbusters 2016. They asked him to come back for that. He said no.
understand that one.
He wasn't a lead in the Ghostbusters, though, was he?
But they
No,
wanted
it's
to bring him
Lois
back for a
Kelly.
cameo, and he said no because
Hell no, not for a cameo. He
Well,
better
that
be the lead.
yeah, he's not interested in doing cameos.
No.
Well, it's the same thing that Willem Dafoe for No Way Home. They wanted him as a cameo. He convinced them to make him part of the plot.
If he was going to do a cameo,
I need to do
know,
a fan film with him.
if he was going to do a cameo, do you know what movie he would have been perfect for? I'm sorry, my phone just made a weird sound. He should have been in Ant-Man 3 as Professor Wayne Zelinsky from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh,
Because if you think about it, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Ant-Man,
Oh.
both Disney properties.
Yo.
If you think about part one, when
yo.
was Michael Douglas doing his first experiments in the flashback scenes?
Oh God,
What,
Joe.
1989, which
Joe.
was also the year Honey, I Shrunk the Kids came out.
Joe.
You could have had them as
Are you
partners.
trying to tie
They
them?
could have literally had him
to
there
the
with
MCU.
with the dead ant, just looking
Yep.
at Ant-Man.
Yep, could have done
Joe, I
You know-
love it too much now. I don't like Ant-Man Quantumania for that reason. I was one of the
You know
few
what?
people that liked that movie, and now you lost.
it. I
the
love
love.
that movie. I love that.
You know
movie
what I'm
so
glad
much.
about Josh Gad
You know what's hilarious?
coming to the new movie? Is that he
What?
finally stops doing the animation stuff and family friendly stuff and goes back to doing the comedy stuff they used to do. He stopped
did he-
doing that.
Did he stop?
Yeah, he stopped doing that. Like all the like comedies and
He
stuff.
didn't do Strays.
I don't know. Was he in
Did he?
Strays?
I don't know.
Anybody watch Strays?
I did not.
I
I
don't
didn't, I didn't think it looked very good, but then other people say it's hilarious. So
I don't know.
But
You
you,
know how-
yeah, you used to be in all the movies like The Wedding Ringer and like the what's that zombie one that he was in?
Mr. Holland's
Zombie-
Opus.
Wake Up Dead or something like that.
I
know
never
he's
saw
in
that one.
movie.
He was in Pixels. That was good.
Was it Mystery Alaska?
No, it was give me a second.
Hmm.
It
In the
was-
bedroom, starring Marissa Tomei
Most.
and Nick
No,
Stahl.
it has the guy that played Napoleon Dynamite.
John Heater.
John Heater?
Yeah. He was in that show.
Oh, I don't know.
RJ, if you're gonna yawn, don't talk, because then we could tell you're yawning.
I wasn't yawning.
You go,
Oh, he was also in the
"Mm,
Internship.
mm."
Yeah, he was in a bunch of different like comedies. The Rocker,
I was in a comedy.
were you?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Rainn Wilson?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go because I gotta go clean up real quick. We
Dang,
had,
you're
we had
yawning.
a
It's
great
rude.
dinner tonight. We had a great dinner. Chicken
Yeah, Mom
parmesan
Spaghetti. I saw that.
spaghetti.
I
It's
debuted
great.
RJ's Mom Spaghetti in my channel. You check it out if you want to see
Yeah, I
RJ's
know.
Mom
Yeah, I
Spaghetti.
got to talk to my mom and embarrass me.
Hey, she was a very nice lady. Don't
Yeah, she
embarrass
is.
her, RJ. Don't embarrass her.
I know, just messing. But have a good rest of your stream, guys.
Yeah, later.
Thanks for stopping by. Oh boy, what time is it? It's 10:30. Oh yeah. I'm
It's 11:38 p.m.
Please
where I
don't
am.
leave me in here with CJH, Joe. It sounds like you're about to call it, and you're gonna leave me here with CJH, and I have
no,
to deal with
not
this.
not yet, but I am.
And I
having
don't think Max.
PTSD.
I don't think Max would definitely appreciate you leaving me with.
He's having
CJH in here.
PTSD.
But you see, here's the thing: Max has no choice because he wants a bed to sleep in.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh, so you took Max? Oh my God, this is a trade-off.
What?
Max
No,
can't
I'm just saying I can get away with anything this week.
Oh my God,
Where's he gonna sleep?
where's he gonna sleep? Oh my God, Joe, you are a bad man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bad man.
Let's watch some weird foreign trailers on his channel.
Oh hell yeah! Plus some Chinese action scenes.
Oh, I kid. Oh boy. So, what was I gonna say? I forgot.
The over-designed Superman.
I would like to give a shout out to my man John Carpenter, who's getting a star in the Hall of Fame. He's finally getting a star. John Carpenter's getting it.
Did you ever meet
Why
him?
does it wait?
This,
Why
like,
does it
next
take
year.
so
It's
long
crazy.
for them to get stars?
I have no idea what the process is.
Well,
and
you
you're right,
have
it
to
does
you
take
have
a
to
time.
pay for your star though. Like you have to pay for it.
I know. I don't even think it's that. I heard something that's weirder. You have to have someone else pay, another star pay for it. There's like weird rules like that. When I had to get into DJ, I had to get 2 fucking DGA members to write letters of recommendations. There's all these weird shit. Yeah.
Well, I know they had a real hard time getting Adam West and Walter Koenig stars. Walter Koenig was the last cast member of the original Star Trek who did not have a star. And they were like, every other guy on Star Trek has a star except for him. We got to get him one. And they had a hell of a time getting them. There's like a nomination process.
He was
then you
still
have to
alive,
pay a
right?
fee.
When he got it?
Did
Yeah.
they ever?
Okay, good. Thank God.
Did they ever fix any of the ones that had like graffiti on them? Like
They do every
Tom
day, yeah.
Hanks's
Yeah, dude,
stuff?
there's literally a guy standing out in front of Trump's right now because that shit always gets effed with, I'm sure.
So Trump still has one? I remember they were
Yeah.
talking about like taking it away because it was getting vandalized like every
No,
day.
that's disavow.
No, I mean that's the news.
I know
Like,
that I heard. No, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I'm
I'm sure
not-
they pay. It's either that or pay a guy to stand in front of it the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that I remember a couple years ago there was talk about him maybe just taking it away because people were literally smashing it and it was causing all kinds of damage. But I don't know.
There's
You don't
video-
have to disavow. I'm not approving of it or disapproving. I'm just saying it happened. You know?
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, I'm saying we don't like that destruction of property, no matter how you feel about it.
no, destruction of property is never good. So
Do you know that the Trump Tower is actually the Wayne building? Bruce Wayne's building.
How do you
in,
know it's not
Bat-
Avengers, CJH?
And no,
How do you
in
know
the
it's not
Dark
Avengers
Knight
Tower?
trilogy?
How do you know it's not Avengers Tower, CJH?
Because the Avengers Tower doesn't exist. It's a CGI model. Got him.
Don't ever do
Got
that
him.
again in front of public, okay?
there you go.
Let me say
Got
something
'em.
else. The Trump Tower is a major plot point in Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon because that's where
Is
they
it-
take
it
Shia
really?
LaBeouf's new
Is
girlfriend.
it really?
Yep. Look it up. They say
Wait,
it's
is that the
episode-
one that falls, that collapses? In the
No,
trailer?
they make it look good. The Shia LaBeouf has a little mini shootout inside the penthouse suite of it. They make a big deal out of it. Trump Tower. It's Trump Tower.
I'll say this. I will say this for Trump Tower. I was in New York recently. I saw Back to the Future, the musical, and while we were walking around, we passed Trump Tower. And no matter what you think of the man, it is a really nice looking building. The way it's designed, like the way the ceiling, like the roof is like
Yeah.
layered, and they have trees on the landings. Like it's really a nice looking building.
Trump Tower. There's a Trump Tower in Chicago, right? Because that's where Dark of the Moon took place.
Oh yeah. There is.
I was
one
making
in
sure. It's like they
Chicago,
did
too.
mention Tower. Am I wrong here? No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Casoli wants to know Join when you talk. I'm leaving when you talk Doctor Who. I have no idea about that show. I heard it's good.
Well, yeah, I don't think we need to really get into Doctor Who too heavily.
Yeah, Jay, denied. Sit
No,
down.
I just wanted to say that the season finale aired, and this season has been the best season of Doctor Who in over a decade. The writing has been so on point. It's been they've done some like instant classic Doctor Who episodes this season, like one called Boom and one called Dot and Bubble. These are just like, this is as good as Doctor Who gets, and the show has been not so great for about 10 years now. So God, this new season, man, just
It's
Russell
bringing
T. Yeah, Russell T. Davies was the showrunner when the show started, the new show with Christopher Eccleston, and he left, and now he's back, and he hasn't missed a beat. He's just as good as he ever was. And Ncuti Gatwa, the current Doctor, he might be my second favorite Doctor after David Tennant. The guy's great. So I know he's getting a lot of hate because people are idiots, but people don't dislike him because of his performance. They dislike him because of who he is.
People don't know why they dislike the Acolyte, and that's funny to me.
Yeah.
Remember when Michael Bay killed off T.J. Miller's character the most brutal way possible because he didn't
burned
like
to
him?
a crisp. In that big that weird explosion, the one that went pew, pow, 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 pew, pow, 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 pew, and then the last pew, you see T.J. Miller just burned to a crisp, and it was very haunting. It was like too much for a PG-13 movie.
Which show is this?
This was Age of Extinction's Transformers. This was a film by auteur Michael Bay.
I didn't know T.J. Miller was in any of the Transformers
do
movies.
you know that?
You know the annoying comic relief in a Michael Bay movie?
Here's something.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the lore of the Michael Bay Transformers movies,
there's lore? Jesus.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf's character is actually dead.
I know. They killed him.
Yeah.
And Transformers were helping Harriet Tubman with the Underground Railroad. They fought Hitler. There's lots of crazy ass lore. It's crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know it's insane, Joe. But Joe, it's so bad. It's fantastic. I love the Transformer movies.
But then the lore gets all confusing after.
They didn't care.
This is why they had to reboot it, because
they did not officially reboot it. It still feels like it's part of all the.
Well, I don't know what's the reboot.
The reboot is Transformers
Bumblebee?
1. I'll give you that one.
Or
the new animated one.
The Beast Wars.
Bumblebee and Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts are in their own continuity.
It does not feel that way.
Rise of the Beasts actually contradicts the fifth movie.
Dude, the fifth movie contradicts the fourth movie that contradicts the third movie. It's still all in line. It's still all in line.
I mean, the same thing could be said.
And the producers aren't. Some of the producers aren't helping. Dude, I saw the wildest fucking post that was deleted. In 2007, Michael Bay did this. He had a blog and he made a post just fucking trashing two of the producers of Transformers, that they had to be there and all this shit and how they were such a headache. And he was just going on. I was like, what the fuck? I was just thinking about that. I was like, dude, he's like, that's why he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he has to deal, like, the toy guys were apparently a huge pain in the ass for him. And then they started I don't know if I should say, because he took down the post, but he went nuts, bro. They were trying to take story credit just for one line and all this shit. It's all bullshit. Like, this happens all the time. But I just love that Michael Bay went off on his own blog and then he took it down. But the point is, those producers, sorry, that's the point I was trying to make. There's two producers out there still stuck in that Transformers from Bay's. They're, when in marketing, they still are saying it's in line with Bay's universe. So they're the mixed marketing, in my opinion, could be part of why these last two, while critically received way better, didn't take off with the audience. It was a little bit of a mix.
Why didn't it end after they introduced the racist Transformers?
Because it still made money. And then Michael Bay promised that he would get rid of the jokes and he would get rid of the characters. He had to make concessions to get that third one, clearly, right? He had to,
so
and
he had to stop all the foolishness.
he still got it in there, in my opinion, but like it was definitely reasonably toned down from the second one. The
All the
I don't even know
trailers
what
were
the
great, by
buffoonery.
the
I don't know
way.
what to call it.
All the trailers for the Transformers movies are great.
They are. Michael Bay. I think Michael Bay's one huge advantage, or what I don't know if I feel the same way anymore. But there was a point where he had the best trailers in the game. It's like, think about how many times he got people to see those movies when they felt so burnt with the last one, and then the new trailer would come out. It's like Optimus is riding a dinosaur, and you're like, oh man, god damn it! I know it's gonna be 3 hours, but god damn it, fine, I'll do it. That happens every time for every one of his trailers. Every time. Every time. The magic kind of went away with them because I felt the same way with Snyder. It's like, oh, Snyder has some outside of the Watchmen trailer. I thought the Watchmen trailer wasn't very good. I love the movie. Think it's a masterpiece for sure, especially the director's cut.
All the versions are.
But
actually
Snyder had
great.
some banger trailers, man.
Do you think that animated Watchmen is just gonna use the? It's gonna be the same.
It felt like it, right?
Snyder.
It felt
Well,
like they
it's
were
gonna be
doing
the
Snyder.
same- It's gonna be the Snyder thing, but I think what's gonna be different is it's gonna take the graphic novel ending with the squid,
Yeah, and I don't
Huh.
see. I'm not interested.
and that will be the difference between the two.
Snyder fixed it. What do you think of that? What's the fucking crazy ass writer's name?
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore. Hey, Alan. Snyder
Well, he
fixed
doesn't
your...
like anything.
I know, I know. That's why I know this is gonna drive him nuts. Hey, Alan. Snyder fixed your ending.
Yeah, I actually liked Snyder's ending better too because
Yeah.
it gets you to the
I think it's
exact
kind of
same
unanimous.
place. Well, yeah, it gets you to the same place, but it simplifies it. It's like we're going to take you to the same spot,
Yeah.
but we're going to do it in a more logical fashion.
Well,
And you won't have to like
I don't
contextualize
think-
it when you see a freaking squid come out of nowhere. You have to stop and think about why it makes like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. You like
I think the
none of
only
that
way
stop to think, you know?
the only way to do Watchmen properly would be a mini series, because the book is quite long.
Apparently, I think the movie, and I've read the book, the original Moore thing. I love it. I think the movie did it really fucking well. Like
I don't
really
think
well.
the animated
It
movie's
even did
gonna
more
cut-
for me personally. It
the-
added more gore.
I don't think the animated movie is gonna cover all the plot points of the
Well,
book.
Can we be honest here? These DC animated movies, these direct-to-video DC animated movies, they're pretty terrible. It's been a long time since they put out a good one. Like, I don't know if you've been watching the Crisis on Infinite
The
Earths.
Phantom one.
The Crisis on Infinite Earths trilogy that they're doing. Oh, 2 of them are out. The third one isn't out yet. They're really bad. They're not very faithful to the story, which is fine. If you're not going to be faithful to the story, that's fine. If you're good in your own right, I don't think they are.
Well, they started becoming bad when Kevin Conroy passed away.
Oh, I don't know that I agree with that. I think they've been bad for a long time before that. The early ones were really good, like New Frontier and the
Phantom
09
one.
Wonder Woman.
I liked War.
and-
The Phantom.
Yeah.
I liked
and then,
Assault on
what's,
Arkham was amazing. That's
Mr.
still, I think
Freeze?
that's still my favorite.
The
besides
Mr.
Dark
Freeze one.
What's the Phantom one?
The one where what's her the guy that has the claw. Wait.
Oh, you mean Mask of the Phantasm?
Phantasm? Didn't they have a sequel?
Phantasm.
Oh,
sorry.
oh yeah, that one. I don't consider
That's
that
like
the
top
same.
tier. That one.
Yeah, I don't consider that because that was theatrical. That actually had a theatrical release. I'm talking about these direct-to-video movies they keep putting.
Yeah, they had like a continuity thing
like
going for a bit.
the Mr. Freeze one.
What?
Yeah.
Deep Zero or Sub Zero.
I gotta say, gentlemen, like, I don't know what it is. I saw like this, I guess a woman version of Dr. Freeze in a thing, and I'm just like, fuck, that is so cool. That is so cool. And I know people are gonna have a problem with this. I saw it like in a video game. It was like I think it was the Suicide Squad game where they have.
What was it? Was it Killer
Multiverse.
Frost?
Oh no, I saw that leaked. That looks horrible.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Suicide. Yeah, people are gonna.
It looks like a parody.
I mean, was it supposed to be like a gender bent?
It's supposed to
Yes,
No,
because it's
it's
like
sup-
multiverse. They're doing
well,
multiverse
it's-
stuff where they're
it's
fighting
supposed-
like different versions of these characters.
It looks
in
like the
Suicide Squad.
stereotypical, I don't want to say SJW, but like that type of. It feels like what the anti-SJWs would portray.
It's everything they feared
SJW.
incarnate.
Yeah, it's exactly.
That's why I'm
what-
buying the game. That's why I'm buying the game and all its
Yeah.
DLC when that comes out.
It's kind of like what the stereotype would be.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't
I-
play
I-
video games.
I don't play video games, or at least not modern games.
For the animated ones, Joe, I'd be very curious. Did you see Batman Ninja?
No, it looked like anime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I skipped that one because it looked very anime.
You skipped the anime one, so you didn't see the Catwoman anime one? That was
No.
awesome. Catwoman shows
okay.
up. They kill
Here's
people.
the thing about anime. If
Some of them
you're
are- some
not a
of the
fan
anime's
of
good.
anime, I
No, no.
recommend watching Death Note.
Until
It
after
has a story,
No,
it has a
mm,
start,
stop.
beginning, or it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Don't do that. After
What?
I think it's episode 22, that shit is atrocious. And you know what end the real ending
Only
is?
if you read the manga, though.
No, the real ending stops at 22. If you're gonna recommend, or when does Death Note get good? Like stop, like for me. You remember the end?
Yeah.
It was episode what?
It's
22.
once you'll know.
You'll know. There's a point where something happens and it's
And you'll
done,
know.
dude. It is
All of a
done. And then
sudden-
they have the audacity to have 8 more episodes.
Do you know that?
But,
they
no,
did
Joe, there's some great
alternate endings.
There's some great animes out there.
Episodes?
Let me tell you. There's weird ones. There's a lot of weird ones, and anime fans are the worst. That's what you just got to keep in mind. Keep your anime love to yourself, like I do, and then just make fun of the fans.
They did alternate ending Death Note episodes where like.
There's this.
Well,
anime-
I don't want to spoil it, but
there's an anime called Black Lagoon, and it is like the greatest thing I've ever seen in terms of action, plot lines, and characters, and just everything I want in an action, anything media, whether it's a movie or show. It's just it's giving shout outs to John Woo. It's giving shout outs to like tactical strategy type action while being stylized. It's called Black Lagoon. It is incredible. I couldn't believe I could fall in love with an anime as much as that one. And then there's this other one called Madoka Magica, which is like Sailor Moon, but done as like you find out it's kind of a horror movie in the middle of it. It's like these girls get their magical powers, they become Sailor Scouts or whatever, but then there's like a price they have to pay for it that they slowly learn little, and it is awesome. It is very cool, and it's haunting and beautiful at the same time. Love that. Other than that, anime, I love making fun of that shit, especially with the fans.
I just did a Google image search of Death Note. I could tell you I wouldn't watch that. It looks
Demon
too
is cool.
It looks too anime.
Oof. Too anime. So
because
it needs
it
to be a
is
certain look.
anime.
You don't like
I don't like the look of anime. I don't like the style. I don't like the way
Okay,
they
yeah,
draw
you
the
don't like the style.
characters. Like I'll watch live action versions of anime. Like when they translate them to live action, I'll watch that because it's just the
Depends
anime
how.
I don't like. Like the what do you call it? The Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. That was really good. And they did a really good space battleship Yamato movie a couple of years ago. In fact, it was I think the director of Godzilla -1. That was really good.
So apparently, that Venom trailer was misleading, according to sources. The symbiote isn't. I don't know. The symbiote is still might appear in Spider-Man 4.
Figure
guess
drawing's mad. You're
it's
lumping
still
all the
part of
anime
the
styles
universe.
together, Joe.
The MCU universe. I don't know.
I'll be very
very confusing.
disappointed. I'll be extremely disappointed if they bring in Venom into the MCU and it's not Tom Hardy. People want
I
Tom
don't think
Hardy.
Tom
if
Hardy
they
would
don't,
work.
Did anyone hear this theory?
No, because Tom Hardy is way older than Tom Holland.
I
it
don't
just
think it
wouldn't work.
matters. I don't think that matters.
Because it would
What discussion
look
are we having?
silly. Because
Yeah, I don't even
Eddie
know how
Brock
we got to
is
Venom.
supposed to be like. Well, Eddie Brock is supposed to be jealous of Peter Parker.
Let's talk about anime. Figure drawing seems like he loves talking about anime and the different styles.
But yeah, in the whole spider thing, like Eddie Brock is supposed to be jealous of Peter.
You know,
Parker.
I heard the Butcher's power in the boys is going to be Venom, the equivalent of Venom, and that's what's going on with the Butcher in
Oh yeah,
the
because
boys
he
season
has
4.
a parasite or something.
Yep, and he's seeing his wife and all this, and it's moving around, and he just blacked out. And when he wakes up, carnage everywhere.
Because I think
He
the
is Venom.
animation,
Butcher is
cartoon-
Venom.
the cartoon that they did teased that, I guess.
And I know you don't like the show, Joe, but I gotta
Diabolical.
say, I'm having a blast with Boys season 4. I'm having a blast. It's clearly not as good, but Jesus Christ, it's still better than a lot of shit out there. I love it. I love it. I love Anthony Starr. Is give that man an Emmy nomination if he doesn't have one already. Holy shit, I love it. He's very I don't know. He has a lot of screen presence. Just can't stop like it. I just
But
want every scene with him.
It makes sense you would have the symbiote like in Spider-Man 4 because Peter Parker's at a low right now because he lost Aunt May and his friends, and the symbiote attaches.
He still has
to,
Uncle Ben. What
well,
if?
the
Oh my
symbiote
god!
Attaches,
Oh my god! Oh my god! CGH. What if Marvel pulls such a doozy, and in Spider-Man 4, Uncle Ben walks in, "Hey Peter, I'm back." Like he never died.
Well, that's what they were going to do with the Amazing Spider-Man movies
Hey Peter,
in the deleted
it's me,
scene.
Uncle Ben. And who's playing Uncle Ben in Spider-Man 4? And then they get to kill him again. Oh my god, that'd be such a Chad mood, Marvel, if you do that.
Sean Gunn.
Sean
Sean Gunn
Gunn.
is Uncle Ben.
Yeah, Sean Gunn. No, who's James Gunn's wife? Just to piss off people.
Yeah.
No, John Malkovich. I want a John Malkovich Uncle Ben.
Malkovich was supposed to play the Vulture
Peter.
in Raimi's Spider-Man 4.
Do you know that if you watch
Malkovich,
like
Malkovich.
Spider-Man 3, Venom in like Sam Raimi's mind, Venom was almost portrayed as a demon.
Huh.
Because of Evil Dead?
Yeah. They even do that.
What made you come to that
point
conclusion?
of
Because he did
well, they
Evil
even
Dead?
do the point of view shot with the symbiote. You know how
Movie-
it crawls up the bed?
Figure
You
Drawing
see
has a
through
question.
The eyes of the symbiote, kind of like Evil Dead, where they see through the eyes of the demon.
Okay. He had symbiote vision. Okay. So what? Snakes
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
Plane
yeah.
had snake vision. Someone kept reminding me in my screening. In my screening of Snakes on a Plane, every time they had a POV shot,
never
which is
saw
a
that.
lot. There's a lot of POV shots. Someone would yell out, "Snake vision, bitch!" Like the whole time in my theater. It was very obnoxious.
I never saw the snake.
Snake vision,
movie.
bitch. That's all they kept yelling in my theater. And there was so many POV shots, man. So many green, like they were green. Because I guess snake.
I don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
why
Some
people are afraid of
terrible
snakes.
movies are magical experiences.
I,
'Cause now
get
I
why
wouldn't
peop-
I wouldn't trade that for
I'm
the world. Someone
terrified of-
yelling snake vision, bitch.
I'm terrified of spiders, but I don't get why people are afraid of snakes.
I hate snakes.
That's from Indiana Jones, and you're just copying him because he's cool.
I'm terrified of them.
You're just
But I don't get
same,
it. Like,
same.
I
If I
mean, you
see- if
can
I
easily
see a-
grab.
If
A
I see a
snake.
snake, I get frozen. Like I can't even move. You get like a I don't know.
boner?
It's just terrifying.
Oh.
I mean,
What's going
I
on
go
here?
through the
What the
same
hell is
motions with
Joe, I
spiders.
feel like you're like
if
about to lose it.
if I see a spider, like it's game over.
Joe,
for
what
me.
is going on? Are you really that deathly afraid of snakes?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Oh my god! You were like,
when
dude,
I
feel
go
like
to
you
the
went through a
zoo.
moment there.
No, when
What
I
was
go
that?
to the zoo, like I can't walk through the reptile house.
Really?
I remember once I was walking.
How do you
by
feel
the
when
side-
Kirk fights Gorn?
I love the Gorn.
What
but-
about Chamber of Secrets?
What about it?
Has a snake
There's
in
a
it.
giant snake.
Well, yeah,
I
but
know
it's not,
for me,
it's not-
there's
It's not
the
real.
spiders.
It's not real, CJH.
The
That's a fake
spiders
snake.
are terrifying, but
Yeah, no, Yeah, as a kid, my biggest nightmares were always about snakes. I used to have like dreams that I was walking home and there were snakes everywhere, and I had to like walk through the snakes to get home.
See,
and-
Oh
see,
my
all
God.
my nightmares
Dude,
are
so this
about
is really haunting to
spiders.
you because I could see it in your face too. Like you look haunted.
oh yeah, no, I'm just terrified of snakes.
Just like I could, Joe. I could put you in a horror movie, and I could be like, "Yo, I want you to say this monologue, but think of snakes." And I think I could get a great performance from you. Like think of snakes.
you
when you're
you actually
saying
you
this
want to hear,
haunting monologue.
do you want to hear a funny story? I
Go
have
ahead.
I have a funny story. I was at a convention, Chiller Theater convention, and I'm walking through and it's crowded, and I'm kind of making my way through the crowd, and suddenly I find myself face to face with a snake. Some guy has a big giant snake around his shoulder, and this
Uh-huh.
snake is right in my face, and I just froze. I got I can't even describe the feeling. Like when you see that, it's like you get chills all through your body and you
Mhm.
can't move and you have this panic attack, and I had to get
Do
away from
you?
it as quickly as possible, and it's horrifying. So
Oh
I
my
get
God.
outside, and I'm angry. I'm absolutely angry because I'm thinking,
Because you didn't punch that snake in the face.
no, because I'm thinking, what kind of an asshole brings their snake to a convention? because now there's a story coming here. Hang on, because when you go out, you generally, unless it's a seeing eye dog, you don't see people bringing their dog or their cat with them places. Most places, it's generally
Oh no, figure drawing.
uh,
Don't go. No.
it's just generally unacceptable to bring like a pet or a dog or a cat or something into a place of business, generally speaking, unless it's a service animal. So the most common fears, I think it's the three most common fears in the world are fear of spiders, fear of snakes, and fear of heights. I think those are the top three
I have the
fears.
fear of heights and the fear of spiders. But
So
also, I get very uncomfortable when there's a movie that has like realistic blood. Like
Oh my God.
no, seriously.
but
You can never watch
like,
a gore movie
well,
with
no,
me.
no.
I didn't get to the punchline of my story yet. though.
Here's an
CJ, let him
example.
finish his punchline.
Oh,
Hold on, let him
sorry,
finish his
sorry.
punchline.
So I'm really angry, like about what kind of asshole brought their snake to a convention.
It was perfect.
It was Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's even better.
He was a guest of the con. He was there signing autographs. So I'm sitting there all angry, and he was actually a guest of the con.
Hey, I would love now that figure drawing left and we got him to leave. Can we answer his question when he's not here?
Sure. Which question? Where was it?
Panel question for y'all. No, not that one. That one's lame. What are some of your fave Western animation styles or movies and shows?
I'm not really a fan of westerns, live action or animated.
CGH?
I'm not sure. What do you mean by that?
By
I used to
Western,
watch-
I assume like the freaking Disney Renaissance.
I
love
used
The
to
Little
watch
Mermaid.
the Lone Ranger cartoon.
I mean,
That
Ben
was
10
an
is
animated
cool.
western.
I like
Original
the Little
Ben 10,
Mermaid.
not the.
Western anime. I love the Western animation style of Into the Spider-Verse. I like that style. It also I believe they use some of it in, or I like that idea that other studios are sort of not copying it, but they're being artistically inspired by it with like Puss in Boots or the Ninja Turtles. I think I haven't seen Puss in Boots. I heard that was phenomenal.
But what
And
what
Ninja
I
Turtles
mean
was
by
great for me. So those are some of my favorite Western animation styles, or movies and shows. Figure drawing.
what I mean by
Please leave again.
realistic blood, though, like I can sit down and watch Walking Dead, and like Michael Myers do his thing, right? But I can't sit down and watch a scene like 13 Reasons Why, that scene that they deleted.
The teen show.
Yeah.
Have you seen the final season of 13 Reasons Why? That thing is an absolute. It is amazing.
I've
No,
never
it's just
seen.
I get very uncomfortable with
It is
anything
nuts.
that's like realistic blood.
I don't understand what realistic blood is.
So, like, how do I describe this? You know how, well, you know how you can tell they have different shades of blood for different ratings, right? You understand this. You're a movie director.
More or less. They play around with it, sure.
Yeah.
Like if they like sometimes even for trailers, like I think the Abigail trailer, like the blood was like dark, really black when they were showing like
Yeah.
Dan Stevenson.
If
and
it
shit.
feels like something that could actually happen, I get
most
very
movies
uncomfortable.
do that. How would you even judge that? How would you even begin to prepare for that? Because most movies are going for realism when they. Of course, there's some like
I
Tarantino
don't
shit, but like,
know. It's just something
damn.
that I guess my mind
Can you watch
can't
something like
figure out.
Hollywood? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is that realistic?
I
Like a
never saw that
Tarantino?
yet. I
What
never
about a
saw that.
Tarantino? Have you seen a Tarantino movie?
I don't know what it is because I can sit there and watch Halloween, no problem.
Sure. Well, there's not a lot of blood in the first Halloween, to be fair. Are you talking about the other ones?
Well, just like or Walking Dead, I can like
Oh my god,
watch
Fidget.
Rick.
I'm trying to hone you
know.
down on something.
I don't
Can
know.
you? What do you got?
I
Jay?
gotta tell you, I've never seen 13 Reasons Why. I always hear it referenced, but I do
It's a
remember
good show,
Emily's
and
Reasons
I'm
Why
glad
Not.
that they
don't know
deleted
about that.
that scene because, like I said, I can't watch
Emily
that
Reasons
scene,
Why
but-
Not, the complete series. Who is that?
That's Heather Graham.
Oh,
This
she's
series,
having a resurgence. in horror.
Emily's Reasons Why Not, was a notorious sitcom that was canceled after airing the first episode. They showed one episode, and ABC was like, "Yeah, we're canceling that." So they made 13 and aired one, but then you get them all on DVD.
I can't watch anything like if you. There's a scene where like a needle goes in an eye or something. I can't do that. I have to, I get very uncomfortable with that.
But by the way,
Don't
everyone
watch the last
watching
episode
right
of The
now,
Boys.
I want to tell you, there's a lot of live streams you could watch on YouTube. Congratulations, you've tuned into the only live stream on all of YouTube this week that is going to reference Emily's Reasons Why Not.
I have
So,
no idea what that is.
I would be shocked if it got referenced on another live stream.
Not only
this week.
even the people in the panel don't know what that is. CJ, there's no way you know what that is.
What?
Exactly.
My buddy
What-
Dave knew
what
what it
indeed?
was.
So you know the It remake, that blood scene in the bathroom. I
How
love
many
that
references?
movie,
Okay.
but like
How many
that
references to the
scene
shower
makes
scene
me
from
uncomfortable.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psychos do you think there are in media?
A lot.
A lot, right? Yeah. It's even in freaking Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They have a shout out with a shower scene.
I always remember the joke
It's
on
so
Golden
weird.
Girls where Blanche said, "Psycho's the reason I choose never to shower alone." And Dorothy said, "And Goldilocks and the Three Bears is the reason you choose never to sleep alone."
But I definitely think it's a
pretty
psychological
good.
thing when it comes to this blood thing, because like my
We're still on the
mind-
blood thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a psychological
because
thing.
I
don't
just
think it's
don't
a physical
understand why
problem
I can
with you,
sit down
CJ.
and watch Walking Dead and see people bash zombie brains.
But they also
and
bash
give a-
human brains. Like, what'd you do when Glenn got
Yeah,
fucked?
I'm fine with that too. I'm like,
Yeah, you're weird.
And then,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, and yet I'll pass out on blood work. It's like
What do you want to see on Me TV Tunes? Oh, dude, I want to see Guyver. I want to see Bio Booster Armor. I would love to see Madoka if they could get the rights to that. Let's see if they could get Kanan. I would love to see K if they could get Missing Kings. I'm looking at my shit right now. Legends of Korra. They can't do that yet.
wait. Figure
Akira?
drawing.
Akira would be great.
Fi-
Tokyo
Figure
Ghoul.
Drawing
Let's get
had
the
a
first 2
question.
seasons of Tokyo Ghoul up there. Let's go.
Before he leaves.
What do you want to see on Me TV Tunes?
Wait, Figure Drawing.
Yeah,
tried to,
don't leave figure drawing. Wait.
Yeah. No, he tried to talk.
He tried to
so,
engage.
Yeah.
Um,
But let's answer.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is hitting Blu-ray and 4K tomorrow, Tuesday. There was an article today on Screen Rant about 6 problems with Ghostbusters box office performance, referencing the $200 million disappointment. I think this is a short-sighted. Everyone's talking about Ghostbusters flopping. I think they're being very short-sighted here. Ghostbusters did not come out in a vacuum. It was one of many movies that came out this year and underperformed. I don't think it's
you know what the
a referendum on
biggest-
Ghostbusters or the film itself. I think it's a referendum on people weren't going to the movies.
You know what the problem is? They
What's that?
expect every movie to hit $1 billion after Avatar.
Well,
Who
they
the hell
didn't-
is
they-
they?
And then
Nobody expected
so-
Ghostbusters to hit a
and
billion.
then they
Who the
upped
hell
the-
is they?
so they upped all the
They.
budgets.
There's they again.
because they expect all the movies.
There they are
Well,
again.
nobody expected Ghostbusters to hit $1 billion. They expected it to do a little bit better than the previous film, which did not hit $1 billion.
Dan
uh,
Aykroyd
but
probably
it
expected
actually
a
came
billion,
out.
but it's
Well,
Dan Aykroyd.
here's the problem with Ghostbusters, and I liked Frozen Empire. I saw Frozen Empire 3 times in the theater. I enjoyed it, but
Damn.
the problem is it had too big of a cast, and that you've got to pay these people. If your budget's high, well, how much did Bill Murray get? How much did Dan Aykroyd get? How much did all these people get?
They
And-
kidnapped
Usually
Murray in the
Bill-
middle of the night to do this. have him do
Frankly,
this.
Bill Murray should
clearly
not.
doesn't want to do this.
Bill
anymore.
Murray
I don't
should
know
not
why
be
they
back.
keep-
Well, if you look
I
at the
don't get
Sony
why they
emails, they were
keep
like they were
Why,
really
why do they
prepared
keep
to get Murray in
dragging
there.
Bill Murray into this stuff?
Well,
when
the
he
thing
clearly
is-
doesn't want to do it.
Like
Bill
I think
Murray-
you know what I think they're doing. I honestly think they're doing they packed so many characters there because they wanted to do some spin-offs.
Well,
They have
Bill,
a-
Bill
Go ahead.
Murray does nothing in the movie. He's a glorified cameo. He comes in, he says a few things.
Yeah, they
They
kidnapped.
don't need him. And I don't know how much he got paid, but I keep thinking Ghostbusters 5, you don't need Bill Murray because you've got Paul Rudd. He's like the star of the movie now. You've got the girl, McKenna Grace, who's supposed to be Egon's granddaughter. Those two, they carry the movie on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd and
You,
McKenna
you
Grace.
know what his best cameo was? Zombieland 2,
Yeah. Well,
where
Okay.
he does that post-credit scene with the Garfield 3.
You didn't like his cameo in Get Smart when he was a tree?
I enjoyed that.
That was good.
He's
That's a
Agent,
good cameo.
Agent 13. I love Agent
I
13.
forgot
I
that.
love and Get Smart. I always love the places Agent 13 pops up. Like when his head pops out of a toilet and things.
Yeah, yeah, CJ. So do your research next time you make
hated the
claims like
Garfield
that.
movies. Well, I saw it a long time ago, but I
You know,
forgot about
did
that
you
one.
know that Bill Murray signed up to do Garfield because he thought it was directed by one of the Coen brothers?
Yeah.
It was another
Really?
Joel Coen. Yeah, it was another Joel Coen. And
I-
he signed him up.
Why,
I
how did
kinda-
they
as-
convince
as-
him to do the sequel?
I think he signed a 2-picture deal.
Two-picture
Oh,
deal.
but-
He
but-
completely
okay,
effed himself.
they
The
forced
thing is,
him.
though, I almost wish Bill Murray hadn't told that story because it's funny. It's a funny story.
It's a very
But
funny story.
how that your guy, that Joel, the other Joel Cohen who made the Garfield movies, he must have felt like shit. Like I mean, like that.
Yeah, but we
You
end
must
up
have felt like
getting
You know what?
Margaret-
Now that I'm thinking about it,
we-
I'm
we-
sure it's a
we
joke
end up
that he just
getting a
like
good
it's
scene
that
out
director
of
probably
it,
knows Bill
though.
Murray's sense of humor. You know, like it's like, yeah, okay, that's Bill.
We end
Right.
up getting a good scene out of that for the Zombieland 2, though.
But I'll tell you,
did
I'll
they
tell you
even-
something else though. This
Why do you
movie,
keep saying Zombieland 2? I think he was only in the
So
first
so
one.
didn't
he was in the
Grace
post-credit scene in the
Randolph?
second one.
Yeah, Grace
Oh.
Randolph appeared as a zombie too, and I think he
So what?
killed her.
Well, I'll tell you this: Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The Ghostbusters is a name brand franchise. It's a franchise people have a great love for. We've mentioned Me TV Tunes. Real Ghostbusters is going to be on there starting tomorrow.
Yeah, missing
But
Kings.
but what do you call it? Frozen Empire. This movie hasn't even hit streaming yet. It hasn't hit like the Netflix yet. I guarantee this is going to go right to #1 when it hits Netflix because people know Ghostbusters. They're going to want to check it out. I think
look at what Madam Web did to Netflix. Absolutely destroyed the.
I
algorithm.
think this idea that the movie underperformed, so we can't do a Ghostbusters 5 now, is
you're
really
getting a
silly.
show. You're getting
I
a show.
I think you just need to cut the budget back. I think you need to get half the cast. You don't need like 9 cast members. You get half that cast, bring it under budget, and you've got yourself a solid little hit there. That's what they did with the last one. The last one was done cheaper, and it was a big
What do
hit.
What do you think of them bringing back the Shrek franchise?
I mean, it makes sense. So those movies make money.
What do you think about bringing back the Shrek franchise?
I think it's cinema.
Well, guys, I am gonna wrap this up because I am
Cheers.
getting pretty tired. So let me just play this.
Ice Age kind of just. Yeah, Ice Age kind of went away.
Yeah, well, it'll be back. It's a Disney property now, so when Disney needs it.
Despicable Me just keeps on going, I guess.
I just wanted to make note once again.
Minions.
Oh,
People-
is
People
perfect.
absolutely not understanding how this show could cost 180 million. It boggles the mind when there's so many sets, practical sets made. I just wanted to point this out that rewatching this is like, all right. I don't think people know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
What's
no, it
that
definitely looks-
Skeleton Crew?
Like, I can't believe people think.
So that Skeleton Crew has
and
stop
we're halfway
motion.
done then, by the way, too. We're halfway done. Okay. We still
So
got a lot to go. Who knows what
the
other planets we're going to?
The Skeleton Crew show has stop motion, and they're doing the projection, classic projection, not like the.
Yes,
the
I'm sure.
volume. They're doing
let me
classic.
tell you, the director roster for Skeleton Crew is one of the most exciting things I'm looking forward to in television ever. Okay, they got the director of Pete's Dragon and Ghost Story. They got
They're
the
going
Daniels.
way back.
The
with
Daniels are
special
doing
effects.
it's going to be magic. I can't wait for that. And everyone's going to say, "Oh, but Disney's going to hamper down the directors, all this." Da, 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 da. It's like, no. I think for this specific thing, I think certain directors know how to work the labyrinth that is Disney or big studio projects. Look at James Gunn. And B, I think this is going to be a little special one where Disney is going to let the chains off a little more and let people be a little more creative. I think this is the start of it. Skeleton Crew. I can't wait. You don't hire those directors and chain them up.
Yep. I'm excited.
Very excited.
Do you know how excited I am?
How excited
I don't think I've ever been this excited. You're excited. Feel these nipples.
Are you going to see Kinds of Kindness?
Yeah. Is it this weekend?
I'm seeing it Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go out then. I've already got.
Be prepared. It's 2 hours and 44 minutes.
Okay. I got tickets for Maxine already.
Continued.
Ooh, Maxine.
They
When does that come out?
The 5th. My wedding anniversary, actually. My 10-year wedding anniversary.
Oh, cool. Are you going to celebrate watching it?
Christine wouldn't be caught dead watching that, but I'll go see it. I'll go
Okay.
see it later in the evening after she goes to bed.
They should have continued the RoboCop remake
No.
because I don't think anyone actually hated that movie.
I think the problem was it didn't have the satire at all.
Guys, I am gonna bring this to a close. Thank you for joining me tonight. And
Thank you, man.
no, thank you.
Best stream ever.
Oh, yeah. I hope some people come find the stream and give it a thumbs down because we are. What was the word? I forget what it was.
Praising that.
Woke simps or something. I forget what the phrase was used last week.
So the simp is technically someone that pays a girl that's not gonna, care or something like that.
Okay.
Everything I don't like is woke. It's
Well,
ingenuous.
That makes all the usual suspects Kathleen Kennedy simps.
I sent you the origins of the word woke, Crazy Joe.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't matter anymore. I mean, because the meaning has changed. It's like
yeah,
it's been co-opted. It's not. It's like
But,
when
but
you-
it's
People
it's
don't
very
even like hearing person
interesting.
like when I get it. I sometimes I get
Thank
into
you, Jonathan.
conversations or debates. I straight up say my definition of woke is like political messaging in film, or in media, and that even takes them aback. We're like they don't even want to talk about, like they don't even want to say the definition. It's like
Well,
what? Okay,
let me
I was
give
like,
you.
I'm trying to be
But
charitable.
just
Like
thought
I'm
it was
getting like
interesting that
I assume that's
the
what we're talking
origins
about,
come
right?
back. No, so the origins date back to like 1930s and the
Yeah, no, but I'm willing.
1800s.
Like now they don't even want to know they don't even say the definition anymore. It used to, like, everyone had a different one, and that was like the meme. Is like everyone has a different definition. These a couple conversations now where I'm the one like straight up is like, is this what you mean? Like they were like kind of hold back on even saying a definition, and it's like, well, are you talking about this? And then it's like conversation's over. It's like it's kind of strange. It's like a new meta going on. I don't know.
I'll give you an idea just how stupid it is. We were talking about Doctor Who earlier. The current Doctor, not only is the actor gay, but they revealed this season that the Doctor is gay. Okay, so somebody writes in the chat or on somewhere they wrote, Doctor Who sucks this season. They're shoving a gay agenda down our throat. And I said, wait a minute. I said, hold on.
Still using that line.
I said, did
I
you
think it's
did you
getting
like?
worse.
I said, did you like it before? And they go, yeah, I liked Russell T Davies' first run when he was here the first time around, but now he's shoving gay messaging down our throats. And I said, okay, hold on. This season,
Interesting choice
this
of words.
season,
With this reveals with these people, and they don't realize it.
we've had like 9 episodes this season. There's been like 9 episodes, including the specials and the actual weekly episodes. I said in the first episode of the season, the Doctor says something about being attracted to a man, and then he looks surprised and goes, "Where did that come from?" And like he just realized he was gay. And then there's
Mhm.
nothing gay in the next episode, the next episode, the next episode, the next episode. And like 5 or 6 episodes later, he meets a guy and there's a gay kiss. So twice in like 9 or 10 episodes did we see an indication that the Doctor was gay. But now we're shoving gay stuff down our
Yeah,
throat.
now it's
Right.
like completely like that's the thing. It always it like remember the Buzz Lightyear kiss. Remember the
Right.
Buzz Lightyear peck that was out of focus. It was a peck out of focus, and that is what the whole movie's about now. Like that's all. Like
I
everything.
thought the
But
whole
here's the thing though, because this guy said he didn't have a problem with Russell T Davies earlier seasons, like when he was here before he came back.
Yeah.
Now he's shoving gay ideology down our throats. Before he wasn't. Like, well, what about Captain Jack Harkness? And then the guy goes silent because John Barrowman had a character that was in the early seasons by Russell T Davies, an openly gay character who would hit on anything that moved.
Mhm.
He got his own spin-off series that featured several more gay characters. Like
Mhm.
he was like making out with dudes left and right on his show. James Marsters from Buffy the Vampire Slayer shared a kiss with John Barrowman on that show. And I'm like, so that aired in like 05 to 07, 08, around there. That wasn't too gay for you. But 2 references to the Doctor being gay now, suddenly he's shoving gay ideology down your throat.
because it's
Yeah, you're
getting
dealing with
worse,
NPC sheep. They're just like, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Right. You know what it was?
They
You
have
didn't
dialogue
have-
tree ready to go.
You didn't have a bunch of morons on YouTube telling you what you should be thinking then. And these guys, they're blank slates. They need the information given to them.
Well, the
Dude,
term
I
for
can't
that
believe I
is
couldn't believe
radicalization, but-
sorry, CJH, real quick. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe I was going through a critical drinker on The Boys season 4, and he's just saying the same crap he's always saying crap for 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 8 minutes. And then at the end of the video, it's just called The Boys season 4, How to Make Your Audience Hate You. That's it. And then at the end of the video, after he's just saying the same shit he always says, not even showing clips of the new season, no. That's why I refuse to watch the new season. So he's like, he's not even watching this shit. He's not even
had a
watching this shit.
scene- they-
And everyone's
they had
like,
a
yeah, it's
scene
bad.
in-
It's like,
But he's not
They-
even
they-
right. But he's
they-
not even right
they-
because he says how to make your audience hate you. And all I'm hearing is praise for the season. All I'm hearing is people talking about how great. And I'm not watching it myself because I don't really
He's
like
not-
the
so-
boys.
They-
it
they had
everyone's
one of
loving
the
it.
absolutely
seasons-
baffled me. This is
one of
what's
the
been deduced of
seasons-
criticism. Literally saying, I'm not watching it.
one of
That's-
the
that's film
seasons
criticism,
in The
2024.
Boys.
or like media
Showed,
criticism in general.
One of the seasons in The Boys showed a man being radicalized by his stuff online.
Chris
And he
Tucker
goes
did the
into
same
the store.
Hey,
and
Hey, I'm gonna make an argument that what Critical Drinker did is no different from Chris Stuckman. I think he had harsh words for Chris Stuckman, so I don't know.
but yeah, that was a whole
I think you
plot
guys did the
point.
same thing.
So the whole show has been a political
And someone took a
commentary.
picture of that. Yeah, take a picture and say Perp calls out Critical Drinker. Whoever took
Yeah.
that snapshot. Said you did the same thing. Why are you criticizing Chris Stuckman so hard? Look at your boys' review. So-called whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, what
That was
the
a
heck?
yawn.
It was- I
Everything's-
guess it was just a bitch fest.
Like,
Everything's-
You're doing it again. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, he likes. One thing I learned from watching. I don't watch a lot of the critical stinker,
no.
but I learned from watching Dane that he really likes his men stoic. I was gonna say we need these guys back. This is what we need.
They're
This
great.
is film. This is film criticism right here.
The Canadian
There's still
in
good
me
film
is like
criticism out there.
that
It's just
guy.
no one
kinda
listens to it
looks
because it's
like
not flashing.
Stephen Harper.
What?
That was a Canadian
What about
joke.
Gene Shaling?
That was a
Shalit-
Canadian joke of how that guy looks.
Why are you
like
saying
Stephen
Canadian
Harper.
jokes here, man? Come on, dude. No one's gonna get it.
Only the Canadians will.
Did you get these guys in Canada? Do you know who they are?
No, I was making a joke how that guy looks like Stephen Harper.
All right, guys.
See what you do
I-
with your Canadian jokes? Kill it.
I need to get some sleep.
You
So
do. We all do.
thanks for
Especially
joining me.
Canada. Shout
Keep
out
work-
Stephen Harper.
Yes, shout out to Stephen Harper and shout out to Valerie Harper
Valerie Harper.
and shout out to what's her
Acolyte.
name? Nell Carter
Captain Kennedy.
and Sandy Duncan and
And
keep
Bob
Walter
wearing the
Hamada.
Hamada. Walter Hamada. Can't forget him.
Walter Hamada. Oh, God bless Walter Hamada.
Thank you for having DC taste the beautiful, sweet taste of $1 billion twice.
We should just have a long credits of all these random names.
Thank you, James Gunn.
Thank you.
Thank you for the suit review.
Well-
thank you, Cleveland, for hosting James Gunn.
Here are some names.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet
Keep wearing those pajamas.
with the backdoor flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, a trap.
Oh no!
It's a trap. Some people call them bitches. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.